Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be watching a few more episodes of If the Emperor had text-to-speech installed, which I still wonder if they could have done that in the actual lore and the ramifications of that, but I digress. We'll be watching, I don't know how many episodes, we'll see, but I hope you enjoy it, and please leave any recommendations, Warhammer or otherwise, down in the comments below, and let's hop into it. It's a new intro?
What the fuck was that?
I didn't know you could contact people through telepathy like that.
I was about to thank you for a job well done on stopping that Inquisitor, but then I remembered how headachingly retarded you are. Of course I can contact people telepathically. I'm the motherfucking Emperor.
So why haven't you ever done that earlier?
I mean, isn't it a basic ability for psychers to be able to do stuff telepathically? So, you know, the Emperor being probably the most powerful one, I'm assuming he's the most powerful psyker pretty much ever to exist. Why wouldn't he be able to?
Like before the text-to-speech device was implemented?
I have you fucking Chiquita man. Quite a few times in fact.
Oh, really? I haven't heard anything at all.
Have you ever used telepathy?
No, I haven't, sir. I'm not a psycho. I think.
Then shut the fuck up about it. You're obviously not aware that using telepathy to communicate like that can be really straining on the mind.
But my lord, aren't you the greatest psycho in the galaxy?
Yeah.
Shouldn't a little bit of telepathy be like taking a casual killing stroll through a field of alarmed Eldar to you?
I like how he's not a psyker. He doesn't know how it all works, and he just goes, oh yeah, just a little bit of telepathy. You don't know if telepathy's easy. It could be hard. It could be very straining. And also, he did that to, like, you, and he's the Emperor. Maybe he's just really strong, so it's kind of like he doesn't know his own strength most of the time, so he just exerts a fuck ton. You know, it's kind of when you go through puberty, and you're like, oh, let me open up this can right here. Goes everywhere. Maybe that's just him constantly. Instead of a can, it's someone's skull. So he might, like, pop it open. Like a coconut.
It was easier in the past, when my psyche wasn't ravished to lunacy, and splintered by the endless agonizing torment I received from sitting on this throne. Slowly but surely I'm having my soul torn apart by the entropy of the war grinding against the powers of my mind, while my body decays in perpetual pain, and I'm being forced to live through every second of it.
Endless torment, my lord? Lunacy? Your soul being torn apart? What?
You don't have to remind me about what I just said, you fucking asshole. I'm not that
Classic reaction channels. Classic reaction channels, I say as I'm doing a reaction. Just read the captions. I'm not that senile just yet. See, I can do it too. I can just read the captions. I can provide no insight, no questions, no commentary that isn't more beyond just, oh, I'm just going to read what's on the screen right now. Okay, Sniper Wolf. Why is her name Sniper Wolf anyways? Whatever. But I like that they have the little captions at the bottom, though. Makes it easy if I need to just fall back to just reading that, instead of asking questions or making my own commentary on it. It's very interesting how this is engaging, though, even though it's just like a still image. When the Emperor's on screen, it's still engaging. That's how good the writing is. How good the comedy is.
senile just yet.
I didn't know it was like that, my lord. I'm so sorry.
Isn't it obvious? I've been sitting here on this fucking throne for 10,000 years, slowly rotting away while constantly powering the Astronomicon, and fighting off the horrors of the warp at the same time. It's no walk in the fucking park, you dipshit. Just sitting still without moving for this long is horrible. Can you even begin to imagine the muscle cramps I have experienced?
He's got muscles?
Also, my nose has been itching like a lawnmower ever since I was put here. It doesn't even exist anymore, but it just keeps itching.
The phantom nose! Can you have other phantom limbs? Like, I like arms. Well, I guess it's only limbs. But could you have a phantom nose? If someone surgically removed their nose, could they feel like they still had a nose? Some mad scientists just do that. Okay, don't. But if you do, don't associate it with me.
And I know exactly who to blame for it.
Ergo, I hate you and everything you stand for. But phantom itching is probably the best thing you ever invented. And then he'll explode, destroy destroying mankind, and then he will join us as a new Chaos God! Just as planned!
Oh, Jesus.
It's getting me so damn horny! Anyone can please run this chair next deep beside me and run it as hard as you can!
The ever-living motherfucking cock biscuits stole my chain axe!
Oh, my.
Alright, a lot was said there. But are they really trying to make the God Emperor like a new Chaos God? I think I've heard someone else mention that. Like, I think a few people maybe mentioned it in the comments, but I don't remember the details of it. If he... Because, okay, he's totally powerful enough, I'd assume. But what would he be? What would be the Chaos God that he'd be? Because with Slaanesh, it made sense, because they... All the... Oh, shoot, what are they called? The elf people were being horny and debauchery and just all that stuff, and then it made Slaanesh. What would the Emperor be? Kind of like, I don't know, like tyranny, fascism, something like, it's like order but not order. It's just like overarching control, but in a bad way that just leads to a bunch of chaos. Kind of like what's going on in the 40k universe. Something like that, where I don't know what it would be called. There's probably a word for it. But I'm sure it's been explored. But what he would turn into.
To think that you suffered this absolutely atrocious fate to keep mankind alive. You truly are the graceful guardian of our entire species.
Thanks, I get that a lot. So yes, sitting on this throne for an extended period of time is absolutely grade A fucking awful.
No wonder you use profanity all the time.
Shut up, you fucking cockstogies, and fuck my fucking nose is killing me fucking damn.
Scratch it!
I know, let's change the subject. Maybe that'll get your mind.
Scratch his nose!
Fucking fast. I'm feeling a giant warp storm incoming.
So how about those trade legions, huh?
That's what we like to get.
Everyone, you have to listen.
Oh my
It's better be important than A7453. We are busy staring at this piece of metal. We've received absolutely technorific news.
Ooh, did they move Toaster 6 stage today?
Even better, they've found
Better than Toaster Sex Day being today! So they do stick their dicks in it. Does it warm up? Do they plug it in? Does it come out nice and crispy? What setting do they put it on? I must know. Let's know.
a new STC fragment on a planet right on the border of the Segmentum Solar, in the so-called Arroyor subsector.
Is this really true?
Yes, an expedition fleet is on its way right now.
Oh, I just oiled my robes.
Am I still alive? Oh, damn, I'm still alive.
Magnus, Bullgrim, Perturabo, Mortarian, Lowergar, Conrad, Enron, Alpharius Omegon, and fucking Horus. My sons, created in the laboratories of Luna, made out of my very own genes. To think that they would ever fucking betray me.
Fuck!
Well, my lord, Lease, Lehman, Russ, Ferris, Manus, Vulcan, Roble Dawn, Robert Gullivan, Sanguinius, Lionel Johnson, Jagathai Khan, and Corvus Corax remain loyal to you.
That's still not fucking good enough. I mean, I was a great fucking father to all of them.
Were you? Were you? I mean, you weren't a father for, like, a lot of their life, right? You kind of got separated. Not that it was your fault, but, you know, kind of went through their childhood not being near you, seeing you as a father. Could maybe lead to some issues of having that unconditional love that they might have for you. Maybe you ever think of that?
Even if they all had their obvious flaws. Magnus being a nerdy fucking bookworm, and a psyker not ever being able to stand up to the brothers who bullied them over it. Fulgrim being a sissy fucking brown noser who would rather indulge himself in his secret quest to obtain more fabulous hair than me. To this day, he has not succeeded. Perturabo was always so volatile and childish, constantly bitching and moaning when he didn't get as he wanted. Mortarian constantly smelled like shit from day one. Lowergar was a brainwashed choir boy with a massive victim complex. Conrad couldn't stand a little fucking sunlight, and kept feeling persecuted by his fantasies about a dark and depressing future. And
I mean, kind of just a dark and depressing present for y'all, isn't it? You know? There is only war. Kind of sounds grimdark. I mean, it is grimdark. Could it get worse? Okay, everything can always get worse. It's like, oh, how could it get worse? Add scorpions. Okay, how could it get worse than that? Add spiders. Okay, what about now? Just add more scorpions. Scorpions make everything worse. Always can get worse. Count your blessings. Count your blessings.
Ron was constantly mad. Like, extremely, earth-shatteringly, unreasonably fuck-ass mad. Probably because he had those fucking nails in his brain. Alpharius Omegon had huge anonymity issues, and fucking Horus started off nice and friendly, but then he decided to stop trusting me when I left for Terra and became an edgy rebel instead, leading all traitor legions to Terra and then put me on this fucking throne.
Right, my lord. It is no wonder the most flawed sons of yours betrayed you. The pure, noble, and flawless ones were to remain, naturally.
I agree with you, but no. Even the loyal ones were flawed as fuck. Leman Russ was bigoted, self-righteous, unnecessarily rash, and had a fetish for wolves.
Oh, the wolf guy!
Was a brutish-ass crack with a survival of the fittest mindset, thinking all quote-unquote weakness within the human species needed to be destroyed. Falcon died all the fucking time, and was always too damn nice.
Wait, what do you mean he died all the fucking time? How's he come back? Resurrection doesn't seem like a thing that's pretty easy in this universe. If at all possible. Unless you're like, you know, a chaos thing. Huh? What? Huh? You got a respawn system?
Rogaldorn was just way too uptight, and brutally honest, never being capable of even telling a white little lie to make someone feel better about themselves. Robert Gilman always acted infallible in his steadfast clinging to everything being held traditional, plain and unconfucking-ventional, yet wasn't as infallible as he wanted to believe. Lionel Johnson was just a mess, being both a self-absorbed, spiteful and envious prick and an honorable, courageous and dutiful warrior at the same time. Fucking confusing. Jagat Icon was always so fucking reckless and constantly hyped on speed. And lastly, Corvus Corax was always so infernally fucking angsty.
Oh, I see, my lord. Wait, what about Sanguinius?
Don't you talk shit about my fabulous fucking hawk boy. He died for me, so be grateful.
Alright, of course.
You only get the good stuff from Papa Emperor if you die for him. Everybody else you get shit on. If you die for him, you may not get good words, but you get defended. So, okay. The Emperor got a lot of flaws in his kids. I get that. Whose kids don't? Who doesn't have flaws? But he noticed all these flaws, yet he didn't, try to, train them out of them, raise them, be a father figure, point out those flaws and be like, hey, son, let's have a sit down, let's have a talk-to-talk, let's go play catch and talk about life and all that, and let's do it with your other, multiple siblings at the same time, just go through the number of you. Talk about, like, you're a prick, 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 you're okay, you're a prick, you're a prick. Just do that, but in more detail, kind of be a father about it. Do you ever think about doing that? I know he's run the entire, humanity, but maybe sitting down with your kids would have made things a little bit better. Maybe if you just complimented Horus a little bit, or, you talked to him a little bit better, made him not so dependent on you, maybe he wouldn't have freaked out when you went back to Terra without him, Supposed to notice these things as a father. I guess we all have flaws. Even the Emperor. That's not heresy. I'm joking. That's not... Nope, I'm joking. He's perfect. Perfect. Please don't send the Inquisitors.
Well, what about those other two Primarchs? I don't even remember.
What other two?
We don't talk about them.
Yeah, I don't even know what he's talking about.
Why?
Because we don't talk about
I don't even know what he means.
However, I just cannot understand why they'd betray you.
I know, right? I mean, sure, Lowergar grew up on a planet full of chaos worshippers, but that doesn't mean he could then start using his fucking brain. Especially once I came along to straighten him out. The rest seemingly just did it because they either were corrupted by chaos through Lordgar, took too much offense when I told them I had some daddy things to do back on Terra, or when I tried to correct them when they were doing stupid things.
I have to ask, since that's apparently my duty nowadays, why did you not tell them what you were going to do back on Terra?
Well, what was I supposed to say? I can't just tell my own children that I'm building a gate into the Webway because I need some booty and Eldar prostitutes are cheaper and a lot less shy.
I'm sorry, what?
I said, I can't just tell them that I'm building a gate into the
Oh my-
because humanity needs some getting up in its transportation department, and Eldar webways are safer and a lot less shoddy than warp travel.
Yeah, that's what I thought he said. That's what. Oh, that's what he says too. That's what I thought you said. Oh my. Because I have been watching some 40k stuff, I have gotten video suggestions and Reddit meme suggestions of cow women being very voluptuous, let's say. I don't think that's how it actually would look. I looked into it extensively for research purposes, no other reason. Don't think they actually look like that. They're off model, but maybe the Emperor fell for that propaganda that they were spreading about oh man, our Tau women, they got some big hungabalongas and they love humans. Oh my god, they just love humans. They hate the Tau men, but humans, oh my god, can't get enough of them. Maybe he fell for that.
That's what I thought.
I could not take any risks with this project, and telling my sons would indeed have created unnecessary risks. Their trust in me should not have swayed when I left. It's not like I'm demanding full access disclosure to their everyday lives, even if I am their father. I mean, imagine if I had, for example, stepped into Lionel Johnson's room and been all like, "Hey sonny, how's building that homosexual nightclub coming along for you?"
Oh yes, I fully understand, my lord.
In fact, as well as returning to Terra to build the human webway, I guess you could also say that I was testing them to see how my sons would work together without me to guide them.
What a heck of a time to do a test. What a heck of a time, you know. Probably the most important project of humanity that you're going to be working on. Probably don't want anything to mess it up. Yeah. Test the most powerful beings other than yourself. Yeah. All of them having these issues that you clearly saw. Being raised on different types of worlds, not having you when they were growing up in their younger years to, you know, imprint on and also be fully committed to. So maybe some of them are going to betray you. Well, looks like they did. Something to think about there while you're sitting on that throne with your itchy nose.
As it turned out, not much better than regular humans left to their own devices.
I see. Can I ask about another thing?
You're going to anyway, regardless of how I answer, aren't you?
Even if all of your sons are obviously flawed, isn't there anything good about them? I mean, even the ones who betrayed you, is there anything good you see in them?
Well, now that you mention
it. I thought it was ending there. Oh, fuck it is. Wait, we're gonna do another one. But reflecting on that, is the next episode gonna be him talking about the good things, or is that just meant to be, now that you mentioned that, end? I kind of hope it's the first one. Oh, like and subscribe, please. Imperial quote of the day. Like and subscribbles, please. Yes, do that. Do that to them and do that to me. But let's get on to the next one. But I like this one. I liked it a lot. I learned a lot more about the actual faults of the Imperium and all of that. Also some of the faults of the Emperor. But he doesn't seem to accept it yet. I hope he goes through a character arc. I know that's not the purpose of this, but I hope the Emperor does some self-reflecting by the end of it. It's like, you know what? Fuck my sons. They fucked up big time, but you know what? A little tiny bit is my fault. Just a tiny bit. Like the most tiniest of bits. I would take that. I would take that. All right. Let's go on over to the next one.
Actually, before I tell you more about my sons, let's do some fun shit I just came up with.
Find your left hand?
Stop using your mouth to say stupid. That isn't fucking. I am the Emperor. For millennia have I striven across life, carefully watching as the
Maybe you just misread or something. I mean, these questions supposed to make fun of them? Here, let me read some to you.
Fuck it, go ahead. Let me plow through these one more time.
Alright, it looks like they had a question and answer segment in this one for like 12.5, so we're gonna watch that one next. I don't know if this is like following episode 12 or kind of an intermediary. There was another video of them just announcing it, so we skipped that one. But here is the actual video where they go over some questions and give some, I'm assuming, funny answers. Alright, let's get into it.
And the Emperor. For millennia have I striven across life, carefully watching as the seed of what is to come has risen from its earthly barrows into the starlit sky. This seed, known as mankind, I have existed along from the time of my birth. I let the seed grow, I nurtured it, did my best to have it remain healthy and secure. But as it kept on growing...
Okay, quick question. No, we're early on. But he said like he did his best to nurture it and everything. I thought like very early on, for like most of his life, he kind of didn't do anything intentionally. Like he knew that like I could be the leader and I can lead them all that, but they're not ready. And he doesn't want to like force his will upon them and yada, yada, yada and whatnot. So he kind of just existed, did whatever the Emperor's doing. Who knows what he's doing right now? He could be anybody. He could be Dwayne The Rock Johnson for all we know. But he just did his thing, not trying to lead and influence the world in an emperor-like manner and whatnot. I'm sure he had his impacts. Or am I mistaken on that? And when he's saying like he, let it nurture and let it grow and whatnot, he had always been subtly influencing things.
I could not keep up. I could not come with it, but could only watch from afar as its health deteriorated and vegetation grew bleak. As I entered into the realm of the half-life, the only thing I could experience was despair. My work that I had driven to construct for such a long time had been obliterated in but a mere moment. Mankind, my once pure seed, had
Stop saying seed.
Corrosive and preposterous prudence. And at no other time has this been displayed as intensely as this very moment. Because holy fucking shit, these questions are the worst fucking shit I have ever read. Whatever became of mankind?
Oh, I like this intro.
Now, my lord, let me remind you that you were the one who came up with this idea in the first place.
That's your fault because you have informed me well enough about how incredibly, disgustingly fucking idiotic mankind has become.
That's not new. That's not new. That's not new. That's on you. You've grown up with them literally for millennia. You should know that. What, did you skip over the period of time like right now where you go to Reddit? Don't do Asking Me Anythings. Don't do AMAs. They always end badly. Okay, maybe not always, but a lot of the times they just end badly, or they're used by corporations just to plug their new IP or their movie or anything. It's like, oh, ask me anything. We're coming out with this new movie. It's me, famous movie star, so and so. We here. Ask me anything. Oh, hey, what was it like to film the movie? And then he'll answer. It's like, oh, what was the most challenging role you've ever taken? Probably this one in this movie that I'm promoting. But what's your favorite movie that you worked on? Probably this one, for insert reasons. It's like, man, can you answer any question other than about this movie? No, I will only answer questions about this movie. Don't do it. Emperor, you're making a mistake.
I mean, I just thought you were a special case. Now, this makes me so sad.
Maybe
Oof.
you just misread or something. I mean, these questions couldn't have been that bad. Besides, what, are we supposed to make fun of them? Here, let me read some to you.
Fuck it, go ahead. Let me plow through these one more time.
Why did that one have such expression? Play it again.
Here, let me read some to you.
Fuck it, go ahead.
What the hell? How did that go ahead have so much emotion? Fuck it, go ahead. I felt that. Wow.
Let me plow through these one more time before I actually pass out and fall off this fucking chair.
Alright, let's see. This message is from one apt to deny we. Some poor local thing. He says...
Yes? Hmm?
Why Kron loves ponies.
I have no mouth and I must scream.
I love that.
Next question. This one is from one Joseph Lyons. He asks, "Oh, mighty God, Emperor of mankind, were you to send your sentience to a new body to rule once more and bring mankind back properly into the light that is your majesty, what would you demand as a first meal? Something really tasty, I bet."
You get to ask one question. A question that could be whatever deep and philosophical inquiry that dwells inside the perplexing and winding wonders of the human mind that you could potentially come up with, and you ask about fucking food. Then again, I probably should not.
Oh, wow. Oh, I just noticed that error of like, then again, I should probably not judge popping up a bunch of times. I thought I was having a stroke.
Not judge, since the Imperium clearly is some kind of bureaucratic police state driven through ignorance and idiocy nowadays, so it is only natural for your regular RG world peasant to only ever think about food. As for an actual answer to that question, I'd probably go for some tacos.
What kind?
Question is from one called,
No, what kind?
Demon Primarch?
What kind of asshole parents name their child Demon Primarch? Fucking seriously, it's like they want their child brutally lynched and burnt on a stake by the brainwashed masses.
I've got no parenting at its finest, my lord. Anyway, as for the question, mighty Emperor, this is but a simple question I would have answered. Was there really a single guardsman who distracted Horus during your duel above his flagship? The legends tell of Olanius Pius doing some deed aboard that accursed vessel that assisted with Horus's downfall tremendously. But is any of it true?
He must be referring to that one regular old Imperial soldier that stepped in front of fucking Horus when he was about to finish me off after he had used some dirty chaos contrivances to punt me down on the ground. For being a regular human, that man had such titanic fucking balls that I want to clap my hands vigorously just thinking about it. It is too bad that he was literally obliterated out of existence by Horus after making that selfless act. It's also too bad that I lack the hands to applaud him with. Typically from that point on, an Astartes Terminator and the Custodes did the exact same thing right after to prove that they were just as cool and selfless as that glorious bastard. I mean, can't you immortal superhumans of death and destructions let the regular Joes have this one thing? Come on, man.
Whoa, I'm not even getting into that one. It's not like I was the one who told Santonis to throw himself in front of you with nothing but his loincloth to intimidate that Olanius guy.
Huh?
Anyway, next question.
What? Do we not know the name of this guy? This guy does this selfless act to potentially save the Emperor, and what, you just call him that glorious bastard? Unless that was his name. Wouldn't put it past him. Okay. Well, poor guy. Hope he gets a plaque one day. I'm guessing that was in like a book where he did that, and then other people did it. I guess because of, you know, just the love for the Emperor. It's nice to be a part of something that you care about so much.
This one is from someone who signed himself up as The Reds Will Rise Again.
That person sounds like a ketchup enthusiast.
He asks, "My lord, can love bloom in a battlefield?"
Oh God.
32-6 asks for your blessing in his relationship with Toldir. Perhaps after you complete your Webway, you can create peace among these two races. They're the last ones that need to fight each other.
I do hope this person realizes that the Eldar look at mankind like we would look at a primate. To them, we are unevolved beasts, thinking in very simplistic thought patterns, and only using the most simple of tools. So, to put it short, this Toldir is basically into bestiality, and is a sick fuck that will get all kinds of nasty interspecies STDs, and will most likely kill half her craft world because of it. So yes, you have my blessing.
Wow, man.
Could there really be, like, intergalactic STDs? I mean, an STD that is formed for one living creature on one world probably wouldn't be able to attach to any sort of receptors, even if assuming that it works via receptors to another, because they share no evolutionary commonality, right? That's not, like, diseases don't just enter your body and then boom, they're doing stuff. They have to attach to things. They evolved to attach to certain cells and certain beings. That's why some viruses don't even affect other animals, because they're not adapt to doing it. So I highly doubt that you could get an STD from something that you have sex with that is on a completely different world, that evolved completely separately from Earth, or Terra in this case. I don't think it'd be possible. Now, you know, if they have acid or other fluids that cause issues, let's say. Now that would cause a problem because that's just corrosiveness. But diseases, probably not. So you're probably safe to go in raw.
Most of them probably retorted into bellowing about how absolutely downright heretical it would have been if he was given that question.
And you know how I feel about that, now don't you?
I suppose so. It's not like I'm scared to death every time you're upset over nothing. Okay, sorry my lord. I didn't have any emotions. Anyway, next question. This one is from someone named Brent Keller. He asks, what happened to your left eye?
This is actually something I don't even know myself, and it still fucking infuriates me. Why do I only have this visor on one of my eyes when both of them have obviously rotted away millennia ago? Seriously, what is its purpose? I didn't even put it here.
Actually, I kind of know the answer. Well, after we escorted you in all haste towards the Golden Throne after your battle with Horus, Rogel Dawn accidentally managed to poke your eye out with his giant iron halo. You know, the whole sharp and pointy being in the shape of the Aquila and all.
I'm going to teach that boy a fucking lesson in how to not poke people's eyes out while wearing giant sharp arms when I get off this throne.
Okay.
Lord, Rogel Dawn is dead.
Oh.
That isn't fucking stopping me.
I'm not even surprised. Anyway, next question is from Grey Knight 31.
Oh boy, a message from the prodigies of the Silver Baby Carrier.
He asks, are you going to send Drago to rehab? Dude needs help. Huh. I thought we'd already decreed that members of the Inquisition would all be rehabilitated. Did that galaxy-wide message not actually get to anyone?
I bet they just neglect mail they consider bad like most feedback-phobic fucking snowflakes that exist in the galaxy. I'll have to rehash and create new means of getting the message across. One which cannot be negated by inquisitorial spam filters.
Moving on. Next up are a couple of questions sent from some warriors that are on their way to a planet known as Arcona, apparently. First one is from Mark Ilario. He asks, what is your favorite color?
Isn't that fucking obvious?
Gold.
Second question from Arcona is
What?
from Vida Ra. He asks, what do you think of Miguel Caram?
I approve of him and his team, and he should continue to do what he is doing, because he's doing an excellent job.
Wait, who's that? Who's that? I don't get it. The reference went over my head.
I'm sorry, my lord, I think I'm out of the loop. Who's Miguel Caram?
Oh, good.
This is fourth-degree warp-realm fuckery. None of your concern.
Okay, right. Next
Nope, still
question is
lost.
from a chaplain known as Valerius.
A chaplain, you say? Good. I assign chaplains to hold Marines in line, and be as staunch and serious about their duties as possible. I have high expectations for this question.
He asks, why can't we all just be friends and stop fighting?
How did this happen to me? I made my mistakes, got nowhere to run. The night goes on as I'm fading away. I'm sick of this life, I just wanna scream. How did this happen to me?
Next question is, dear Emperor, can you still poop?
That's a valid question. Valid question. He's eating up a bunch of souls. Do those have calories? Are they calorie-free? And is it really calorie-free? Because you know those things that say calorie-free, they're just below a certain calorie threshold that then they can call it calorie-free. Same thing with sugar-free. Tic Tacs are literally pure sugar, but because one Tic Tac is low enough on the sugar threshold, they can call it sugar-free. Don't trust anything. Don't trust anything. Don't drink the tap water. They're watching. They've got it in the food. Don't trust one.
I'm a skeleton, so write about as much as you use your brain, you fucking half-wit. Next question.
Dear Emperor, where will the universe be for year 999 millennium 41?
At the end of the year, just like every fucking year. Next.
Dear Emperor, how do you fap?
By thinking pleasant thoughts about your inevitable demise. Next.
Dear Emperor, what is the most fascinating thing you've ever seen?
Probably the intricate denseness of this fucking question. Next.
Dear Emperor, have you ever gotten laid?
More times than the entire fucking population of your planet, you rattling penetrator.
Someone do the math on that. I'm sure someone has to have done that. Does he mean Terra? Because if he means Terra, that's like, what, billions? If not trillions? I forget what the scale is. They've gone into numbers that go beyond my human brain. I can't handle it. It's too much. But Every day. See, I can't even comprehend that. How many days has he been alive? Like, if we assume he got laid once every day, if just that. Someone do the math.
Next.
Dear Emperor, was it fatherly love that stopped you from striking down Horus, or did you have sexually confused feelings for him?
What the fuck?
I am deeply disgusted by you, and I hope you explode. In fact. Okay. Next.
There he goes.
Sometimes I question why I fight for humanity.
As you should.
My lord, it's starting to sound like you're actually answering these questions. I mean, no one's listening in, right?
No, but in case someone is, I hope they feel fucking awful right about now.
I always feel fucking awful. That's unrelated to the video. That's just my existence.
Nobody could be listening. It's this Imperial Palace. Let me better get in here. Okay, well, moving on then. Alright, slightly better question, I think. This one is from Lord Commissar Wolf, who says, O glorious Emperor, please share thy wisdom with your most loyal servants. Is there such a thing as enough dagger? While I abhor the Xenos term, everyone seems to be talking about and about how there will never be enough of it. What say you, my Emperor?
Before he answers it, no, you can't have enough DACA. If your ears are not ruptured and you can still hear, that's not enough. And if you can't hear, you have no idea if that's enough. So keep doing more. Keep adding more DACA. This is why if I ever get into the tabletop itself, I'm gonna do orcs. Orcs seem they're fun. I like them. It's a classic fantasy race and a new twist on it. And they've got randomness introduced to it. So if I lose, I can just say it was just bad luck. It wasn't bad skill. It was just bad luck. I can cope.
At the point in time when bullets can pass through the interdimensional walls, when firepower takes up the entirety and eternity of space and time, all being stuck in a never-ending life and death cycle as bullets recover and destroy their bodies in quick succession. No one able to think about anything but the sheer force of the bullets rapidly flying literally everywhere in the materium, turning the warp itself into nothing but a sea of semi-automatic weaponry. Then there will be enough DECA, or at least almost.
What is dagger anyhow?
The orc word for rapid firepower and multi-laser masturbation.
I didn't want to know that. Next question is from pretty much everyone. Seriously, there is a giant mountain of messages dedicated to just this one question.
What's the question? What's the question? What's the question? What's the question? Shit, I can't even think of anything. What would someone ask the Emperor? What would everybody ask the Emperor? I mean, they already asked his favorite color. And what his first meal would be. What other important questions could there be? Man, I'm literally at a loss. I don't know. What underwear color he wears? Probably gold.
And it kind of disturbs me that so many have made it. Dear Emperor, what is your opinion on the Tau?
Never heard of them.
Are they... Is this because of, everyone hating the Tau because they're like the good guys? Relatively speaking, at least at the time of this making, apparently when they came out, they didn't fit. They were the new boys in town, and they were just kind of too good. They weren't good, but still too good for the universe. I've heard that they've been fleshed out more so in more recent years and more recent content for Warhammer 40k, but at the time they were just good. Or are they going, because this is where my mind is going, are they asking because of the Tau females again? I want to know, does the Emperor actually like them Taus? Would he slap Tau titties? Tau claps? Clap them Tau booty? Would he? I like to think that he wouldn't. He's better than that. He's better than that. He can get anybody he wants.
I figured as much.
So what are they?
Well, there's some minuscule Xenos race located on the eastern fringe of the galaxy. They're even less of a threat to us than the Dark Eldar, so...
How do you have east and west in space? Like, the galaxy spins, right? Positions are always changing, whatnot. How? East? West? Don't you use, like, coordinates or something? I don't know. I don't know how that works.
it's not really worth talking about.
Why would so many people send in messages about a minuscule Xeno race located on the eastern fringe of the galaxy, that they aren't even a threat?
I've heard it's because despite being a small species, the Tau males are really overcompensating with their high-tech weaponry, and the Tau females have a tendency to lust for greater goods.
I'm sorry, what?
I've heard it's because despite being such a small species, they have the most rapidly advancing technology in the galaxy, which also means they have really, really big scary guns. But you can usually snap one and it'll fall over really quickly.
That's what I thought, I think.
I like that they brought that bit back. So everyone is horny for the Taos. That's why I keep getting those fucking, not ads, but those video suggestions and those memes. I should probably stop clicking on them. Then it'll go away, but I can't. The thumbnails.
We'll talk more about this later. Still got more stupid questions to answer.
Yes, indeed. Like this one from Suika Ibuki. Probably from one of those fucking Tau planets. Who asks, since your body can no longer function properly, how about mounting the golden throne inside a dreadnought or a titan so you can kick ass again?
Don't you think that if I actually had that choice I would have made it already? I think you're not taking into account that the entirety of Terra will be swallowed by a giant warp rift, and everyone will fucking die if either I or the Golden Throne would leave this place. That makes it not worth it, but only barely.
Now, next up is a question from someone who entitles himself as the Fresh Sorcerer.
What a fucking nerd.
He says, hey shitboot, want me and my brother to read you terrible shitty fanfics like a depraved, erogenous bedtime story to you and your Centurion? It's kind of always been a dream of his. And this is the year I promised to be nice to him.
Actually, alright. Fuck it. I'm the motherfucking Emperor. Send out some Terran escorts to wherever the fuck those guys are, and pick them up so they can be converted into my personal bedtime story readers if they are so insistent on doing it. My Centurion hasn't been able to sleep that well for the last couple of days anyway.
Bring him in.
I feel this is a perfect opportunity to continue my plans with the reformation of the Imperium by making some people actually become useful.
That sounds like an excellent idea, my lord. I'll prepare the shackles when we're done. Now, next up is a question from someone called Dr. White. He asks where his fire support is.
His fucking nostrils. Next.
Oh, alright. This one is from someone apparently known as Johann Gasmask. He asks, seeing as science clearly dictates that diversity is the most efficient way for life to exist, why are you trying to exterminate all other life except humanity?
I am not trying to exterminate all other life, but rather keep it under some form of control. Xenos are often vile and untrustworthy, as they are out to maximize their own idea of peace and happiness in the galaxy for their own separate species in their own individual ways. The human idea of peace and happiness is to have the galaxy taken over so life can thrive without wars, poverty, nor petty hatred, all living in a bright and tranquil future as was mankind's birthright. Compare that to the Eldar who want to take over, so they can engage in fuckloads of raw, unfiltered, hedonistic super orgies again without getting into trouble. Or the Necrons who want to take over for the purpose of sucking the souls out of all living things and going back to sleep again. Or the Orcs who just want to fight forever and—
Oh, come on, it's not that bad. I like the Orcs. They love this universe. They love what's going on. They just get to fight forever. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, how can you say no to those guys?
make nothing of their lives. And let's not even get into those fucking tyrannids who just want to eat the whole galaxy, and then move on to the next.
And just to let you know, my lord, the tower kind of in that same category.
I would be okay with Xeno races living in harmony with us if they didn't have such fucked up goals in mind for our galaxy. Thus, without Xeno life exterminated or under regulation, this is not an efficient way for human lives to exist, as it will only get stabbed, sliced, chopped, and numbed to death.
Ooh, I love it when things make sense.
Honestly, yeah. I was preparing to talk about, like, oh, is it because they have, you know, they're trying to force their ideas of peace on the entire galaxy while ours is better. It's like, that sounds pretty hypocritical. But when he puts it that way, I mean, even the terrible stuff that the Imperium does is because the Emperor wasn't in charge of it all. But if the Emperor was, might have had some control over it, then life could at least, you know, exist. He sounds kind of like a Reaper from Mass Effect. It's like he doesn't want to destroy all the sentient life out there. Just wants to make sure it doesn't overwhelm all sentient life in existence. And then they also did the same thing where they got rid of AI and whatnot in this universe. So yeah, kind of like a Reaper, but better, but also worse in other ways.
Anyway, next we have Lunar Templar. Dear Emperor, besides swiftly unfucking the current state of the Imperium, which I figure would be a given, what's the first thing you would do where you would suddenly be restored to your former glory and rise to the Golden Throne?
Well, I have a pretty big to-do list, but as a start, I would do these things in this exact order. First, scratch my everything. Second, roll around on the floor and spasm violently. Third, take a shower. Fourth, punch everyone in the face. And fifth, tell everyone to never ever ask stupid fucking questions again.
Alright, next question.
The zoom in. He's been thinking about this. He's been thinking about this for a while. I like it. Oh my god, I love this emperor. I'd vote for him. Wait, you don't vote for an emperor. I mean, I'd praise him, you know.
This will be the last one. I need to take a break and let my agony stabilize for a moment.
That's fair enough, my lord. Even I feel dirty after this. Ugh. Anyway, this last one was from someone called Magmos. Dear almighty God Emperor of mankind, if you want the people to stop believing you're a god, why the heck did you run about worn a golden armor, wield a fiery sword, emit a glow pretty much all the time, and have other things of that nature? Seriously, man, you're kind of sending out some mixed signals there, you have to admit.
Look, just because I want to wear ornate gold armor, wield a fiery sword, emit a glow pretty much all the time, and other things of that nature doesn't mean I want to be looked upon as a god. I'm not the one who needs to be taught not to dress like a god. You're the ones who need to be fucking taught that considering people to be gods dependent on how they look is wrong. Besides, my head designer thought all the flashy golden bits really brought out the color of my eyes.
Aww.
I'm happy that I get the privilege of constantly being dressed up in golden armor without anyone having to look up at me like a god.
Yes, people have got some serious beef with the new man, calling us gods and shit. Even though I am the only one who has the real rights to that claim. Additionally, I'm happy that you at least enjoy the privilege of wearing your fucking armor.
You and me both.
He's got the banana armor. Mr. Chiquita. Looks good. Why don't we have our soldiers wear this type of shit? I want them to look cool. Can we bring back where senators had to wear, like, capes and stuff like that? Senators looked fucking badass. Can we just bring that back? It doesn't have to mean anything. I just want them to look cool. Kind of like what they do in Star Wars for some senators. Bring back the cloaks and whatnot. That'd be cool. Kind of tired of just the suits and ties and whatnot. Let's be cool again. Or wear togas. Togas. I wore a toga one time. Felt so fucking fancy. It's literally just it was literally just a bedspread. But damn, I felt like I was ready to debate some fucking philosophy.
Well, my lord, I guess that wraps up this fun little event then.
Yes. Perhaps we will read through some more questions at some other point if I'm feeling incredibly masochistic.
Now, if I may ask, could you possibly tell me the good aspects about the sun sound? You were just about to get onto that.
Yes, let me think.
Then it cuts again.
Greetings,
oh,
brothers!
Jesus Christ!
Alpha Busa here.
Holy
Thanks
shit.
for watching. It has now been a year since the first episode
God,
release, and
been more.
for these past 12 months, it has become the biggest thing I have ever made, which I am incredibly happy for.
I'm
In
proud. You
addition,
should be very
I've
proud.
reached 20,000 subscribers, which is just fantastic. I just want to give you all a big spine-breaking fucking power hug, seriously. Now, I'd like to make some shoutouts to people I think deserve
I'm letting this speak.
recognition, if you do not mind. First off, I'd like to dedicate this video to two friends of mine, which are Eliphas and Erndil, who were both born on this very day. Which, come to think of it, makes me feel kind of bad, because instead of making a birthday video for them, I decided to upload the first episode of Text-to-Speech Device last year. Huh. Anyway, I've known Erndil since early 2011, late 2012, somewhere around there. He is an incredibly dedicated person who has helped me with countless of tasks throughout these years. A very helpful guy, and you should totally go and commission him for some creepy paint pictures, because he goes unchallenged in that field. In this series, he voiced the Grand Provost Marshal, and hopefully he'll help
Judge
me with
Dredd.
some more voice work in the future. Then we got Eliphas, the Inheritor. The only person ever who I will actually consider worthy of carrying the name of an already established character in the 40k universe. I'm sorry, everyone else. I want to shine an especially bright skin-burning UV spotlight on his chaotic face, because he needs more recognition. He has been around since the birth of the Alpha Legion, but he has mostly kept in the shadows, providing the occasional picture and video, which has always been just fantastic. He has helped me a lot through the years, has always been friendly and accepting of people, always got a fun and surreal sense of humor, which I love, and yeah, that doesn't sound a lot like Eliphas, does it? But you don't know, he could be the best waffle-pangling Belgani who's born heretic in the galaxy just as well. It's not like the Blood Ravens provided much information other than he's a bald guy with a changing voice.
Yeah.
Wow. He has never really gotten the recognition that he deserves, just like Carl, I made a video before, but since I was going to release this video today anyhow, I thought I'd just as well give this massive shout out to Eliphas. I would like you guys to go to his DeviantArt account, because he uploads a lot of really nice 40k stuff, artwork frequently, and he gets better and better every time he does it, and you should go and check him out. You can also check out his YouTube channel. He makes stuff similar to mine, and he has done so for a very long time. I don't really remember right now, but he's done it for a very long time, and it's just great to see him evolve in that field as well. And he's also working on a game for you guys. So
wonder how that went.
Out, fucking do it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching again. I love you. You better remember that. Bye bye.
All right. Well, definitely go check them out. Go check them out. I'll try to put it in the description down below in this video as well as a link to the playlist for these videos. But I think that's going to do it. We'll do episode 13 and some more next time. As always, there is a link to the Discord and my Twitch channel down below as well. Please leave any recommendations, Warhammer or otherwise, down in the comments down below, or just stop and say hey, or share any information that you want to share about your favorite fandom, the 40k, or anything else. I read as many as I can. I can't respond to all of them, and I try to read as many as I can, even when they've been uploaded for a while. So I always appreciate seeing people comment. Well, until next time, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.